Let's see. Good morning. Today is April 6th. Here at 3B District Court, we're about to do a number of arraignments, some bench warrant arraignments, and we have one pre-exam conference. We're going to start by bringing in our people one by one, trying to identify them. He needs a lighting technician. Good morning, sir. Could you unmute your microphone?
Yes, sir.
Good morning. You're listed here as Ride 2. This is Judge Middleton over in Centerville. What's your name?
Miles Baker.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Baker. You know,
Good
I
morning,
knew your
Drew.
mom.
What's that, sir?
I said I knew your mom. I think you knew that. She and I went to school together many years ago. Mr. Baker, will you take your hoodie off?
Oh, yeah.
All right. I'm going to put you in the waiting room. We'll be starting here in just a few minutes. Ride 2. I don't know who ride number 1 is. We've got a lot of 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 arraignments, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3 show causes. With the new criminal justice legislation, we really have to do show causes first before bench warrant issues, but people show up about 20% of the time. Did you get any offers from the prosecutor on any of these?
No, not that I'm aware of. I haven't checked my email this morning. Let me go and get my iPad and I'll check that just for the, make sure. No, there's still nothing.
Okay. Well, it's a beautiful morning, and that's something. Okay, it's 8:08. We got just one customer so far. Rob has the pre-exams. John Barnes has Mr. Valentine and Mr. Baker. Let's take a look at Mr. Baker's ticket. Order to leave the hospital. At about 8:30 at night. Are you on duty all week?
Yes. So I have you tomorrow, and then Judge Patterson on Thursday. I have a feeling we're going to have a no-show on those show causes.
I think you're right.
And seeing how they were from last year, well, 2 of them. And looking at the charge.
Well, Mr. Baker is a lonely customer. Let's see if he owes us any money. What's this? $322. We are recording. I'm going to go ahead and bring him in. Good morning, Mr. Baker.
Good morning.
We'll go ahead and just get started.
Yes, sir.
Today's the 6th of April, and you're here for an arraignment. The allegation is that in file 21616OM, you got charged with being a disorderly person in the city of Three Rivers. Apparently that happened at Three Rivers Hospital. Under Three Rivers ordinance, disorderly person is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. Normal fine for this is $75 plus the state minimum cost for a total of $200. Does carry up to 90 days in jail, but rarely does anyone go to jail for disorderly person. How do you plead to that charge?
Get guilty.
All right, let me ask you a couple of questions. Did anybody promise you anything to get you to plead guilty
No, sir.
or threaten you? Why were you at the hospital?
Because I had overdosed.
And did they give you Narcan?
No, it was like meth overdose.
All right. Well, I know you've been struggling in your young life. So they wanted you to leave the hospital and you wouldn't leave?
Yeah, like I, from what I remember, I asked to be discharged. And then like, I don't know, it's all blurry after that. Like, I
Well,
remember
did they
talking to the
arrest
officer.
you?
Huh?
Did they arrest you or just give you the ticket?
No, I got arrested. I do remember the officer telling me that I was being placed under arrest.
Did you spend a night in jail?
I spent 2, I do believe.
All right, I'm going to waive the fine since you spent 2 days in jail and give you the minimum state costs. Are you still living out on Haynes Road?
No, sir.
Who are you living with?
Huh?
Who do you live with?
Well, right now, I'm not really staying anywhere. Like, I'm at the motel right now. But, like 902 4th Street, my baby mama's mom, so I was staying with.
All right, who's that?
Karen Johnson
Okay, I know her.
and Lewis Johnson, her son.
Well, Miles, I don't like you seeing you in dire straits like this.
Yes, sir.
This wasn't criminal, it was more a mental health issue, but I'm going to bring this to a close. And I already asked you if anybody promised you or threatened you to get you to plead. Do you understand I could appoint an attorney for you if you wished and set it for a trial? If you wish to have a trial, you also have the right to plead guilty. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, 2 days credit, 2 days, $125. Make that due by June 15th.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Baker, good luck to you.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you for logging in. You're there in the bathroom at the motel. But
Yeah.
you called time and where are you at? The Spartan?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, Mr. Baker, you're good to go. Thank you.
Thank you.
John, that was your case. He pled guilty to the disturbing the peace at the hospital. It was Mr. Baker. He's struggling more than a bit. He has some mental health issues.
Have we heard anything from CMA?
Mr. Valentine?
Well, not only does Ricky Norton, I guess, have issues, but Mr. Valentine really has issues.
Well, we all know that. He's not here, which is no great, unless there's Yvonne King.
Okay.
I don't know whether, I don't know when anyone's referred anybody to him. It should be the police department or the prosecutor or someone. But he is certainly in,
Well, we've got a new case for Tyrone Valentine today,
yes, we do.
and it's so new I don't have a report yet, but I got the date and the complaint number.
We've got Yvonne Champagne King, Yvonne King.
That's not my middle name.
No, there's a singer, Yvonne Champagne King, who was
Oh.
in the disco era. Miss King, I can't see you. You're Yvonne Marguerite King.
Yes, sir. Give me just
And,
one moment. I thought court was at 8:45. I'm just throwing on a t-shirt, sir. I was just out the shop. So
all right,
I just double checked my paperwork and yeah. So give me just a second.
all right.
All right.
No, I was just making a joke that only I get.
Yeah, I was like, who is that?
I do that a lot.
Okay, sir. I am ready for you.
All right, good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. How are you this morning?
You're in the right place at the right time. Now, this is a county case that's a very minor misdemeanor. This is
Okay.
Judge Middleton. I'm here at the court, and we're on YouTube.
Okay.
And we're live on Zoom. Anyway, you're charged with open intoxicants in a motor vehicle. Sometimes it's called open intox. If
Uh-huh.
murder is up here on the scale, open intox is down here at the bottom.
Okay.
But it is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. Normal fine is $75 plus the state minimum cost for a total of $200.
Okay.
That's the normal fine for this. I don't
Okay.
remember ever putting anybody in jail for open intox.
Okay.
They say this happened on February the 5th. How do you plead to that charge?
I do plead guilty, sir.
All right, let me ask you a couple things. Did anybody threaten you to get you to plead to this?
No, sir.
Or promise you anything?
No, sir.
Do you understand that if you wanted, you could have a trial on this matter, and if you wished, I could even appoint an attorney for you?
I understand, sir, but I would like to waive my right to an attorney at this time.
All right. Let me look at the ticket here. Appreciate your logging in a timely manner.
No problem.
We try to stay on schedule here.
I understand.
They say this happened in Florence Township. Where were you going?
I was getting off work at Shell gas station in White Kitchen and heading home in Three Rivers. So I was on Lux Road headed home from work. And
Did you have a road beer or something on the way home? Or
No, sir. I actually got in a car accident. I fell asleep at the wheel and hit a tree. And yeah, so I'm still recovering from that. I was not intoxicated, sir. It was literally in my car for days. Just needed to get put in the freezer at home, and I just never got it out of my car and put it in the freezer.
What was
it? Wasn't actually in the front seat. It was in the back, but the impact of the crash flung it up forward. So the bottle was still open. I understand that. That's a
What
fact.
was it?
Was some vodka. I think it was some Svedka or maybe Smirnoff. I can't even remember. I know it was clear.
Well, I'm glad you're still here to tell me about it.
Thank you so much, sir.
This isn't your style to really coming into court. Did you have to go to the hospital or anything?
I did. I was in a coma for 10 days.
Oh my.
And then my lower leg is still broken. I'm in a wheelchair right now. My lower leg is broken. My knee meniscus had to be repaired, and my hip is broken. I had 2 broken ribs, a very severe concussion. The impact of the crash actually caused me to hit my head very hard on my windshield. And so it took a little while after I got home for me to get all of my brains back, but I'm doing significantly better
on
now.
that too. Well, I'm going to reduce your fine. You've suffered enough to $5.
So okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
A $75 crime victims' rights fee and a $50 state minimum fee. I have to order that. The total is $130.
Okay. And
Can
can
you
I
pay
pay
that
that right? I can pay that right now, sir.
All right, you can pay it online.
Okay, and
Or
let me get a
free
pen so I
cash
can get
to-
the information for that. Give me just a second. I have a pen on this desk somewhere. Okay, and so The court or the site is called.
It's called governmentpay.net.
So GOVERNMENT.
No,
GovPay.net.
yeah, govpay.net. www.capital GOV, capital PAY,
Mhm.
capital NOW.com. Also,
Okay.
there's a phone number, 1-888-604-7888. $130, and the matter will be over and done with.
Thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate it.
All right, good luck to you, ma'am. I didn't
Thank
realize
you.
you'd been in such a bad accident.
Yeah. Sir, there was some property in my car that was confiscated, and I was told to contact the prosecutor's office about getting it released. Is there a prosecutor present at this time?
No, there isn't.
Okay.
If you wait a minute, I'll see if I can summon one.
Okay.
Who handled the accident? The sheriff's department?
I have a detective.
Let me look. Yeah, Mark
Yes.
Mellinger, the St. Joe County
Yes.
Sheriff's Department.
Mhm.
I would contact the sheriff's department. I'll put personal property may be released.
Thank you so much. And I'm gonna go online and pay that as soon as this is over with, sir.
All right, very good. Good luck to you.
Thank you so much. Have a great day. I really appreciate your
All
help
right,
in this
thank-
matter.
4/6/21. All right, thank you, Ms. King. You're good to
You're
go.
very welcome. Bye-bye.
Your Honor, if Tyrone Valentine's a no-show, then I guess I'm free to go because that takes care of my 2 cases this morning.
Yes, let me make a note on
I've
this.
got one with Matt here in a minute.
Well, we keep spinning our wheels on Mr. Valentine. He's got 14 cases, and I don't know whether anyone's made a referral. I had when he was in custody, but he never shows up, and he gets cited about twice a week.
Would you like me to call Community Mental Health?
Yeah. Well, he's got a bunch of stuff coming up, I think this Friday, April 8th, so let's wait and see where we go there.
Okay.
All right, why don't you join, actually, Mark is covering the pre-trials today. See what you got over there.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Deb Davis is going to join us here momentarily. Thank you, John. Laura, can I have some more ROA sheets? I'm down to my last 2. Jeanette, we don't have any other customers here. Let's talk about our show causes who probably aren't going to show up. Veronica Milliman has some cruelty to animal charges. She failed to appear pending bench warrant. I'm going to do a bench warrant. That is file 202675. You can call me anything you like, but my name is Veronica. She's not here. Bond, 250 cash or surety. She's missed several times. I think this might be the 4th time she's failed to appear. She got arraigned at the jail. And we have, I don't think we have any bond. Paul Rocca, let's see who this person is. He also has some serious mental health issues. May have some other cases pending. Good morning, this is Judge Middleton. Who am I speaking with?
This is Veronica Hillman.
Oh, good. I was just talking about your case. You're a little late, but you're here. Thank
I know.
you.
I'm sorry. I'm outside of work. I totally forgot all about it.
All right, well, let's talk about it. I was going to issue a bench warrant for your arrest, but you're here now. Ms. Hillman, you got cited with animal cruelty last September. Let me pull your file up here. The allegation is that in the city of Three Rivers that you were, count one, cruelty to one animal, 93 days, up to $1,000 fine, up to $200 in community service, failing to provide adequate care. Second count, did abandon an animal or cause it to be abandoned. Third count is that. So there's 3 counts. They're all punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $1,000. It's alleged that your dog got hit by a car and then I guess I went downhill from there. So Three Rivers Animal Control submitted the warrant to the prosecutor and they requested one. The prosecutor is going to join us here in a moment. What I think I'll do is put you in the waiting room and Ms. Davis should be with us here in just a moment.
Do I get to tell you what happened?
Yes, you do, but I'm going to have you tell
thank
her
God.
first.
Okay.
People's pets are like members of the family. And so
That's not at all how this one was, but
all right. Well, I didn't make the charge. I'm just telling you what it was.
I know. Oh, I know.
And-
I know you didn't.
And the prosecutor who did make the charge is going to be here in a minute, and then you can explain the circumstance
Okay.
to them. She said she'd be in 5 minutes. I'll send her an email.
Supposed to clock into work right now. I tried to explain to my boss what was going on, so
Well, this
sorry
is
it's loud.
inconvenient, but it's sure better than driving to Centerville.
no, this is fine. Yeah. I explained what was going on. I'm standing outside right now. I didn't want it to be loud.
All right, I just sent her a request to join us. Let me put you in the waiting room for just a moment, all right?
Okay. Okay.
You can call me anything you like. Let me see what Mr. Rocca has. Nothing. Paul Thomas Rocca, spelled R-A-C-H-A-C, also charged with open intox last in February. Here's Deborah. Good morning.
Hi, Judge. Hi, Jeanette.
Hello, how you doing?
I have Veronica Hillman in the waiting room. She's charged with animal cruelty She got a
Sure.
little emotional. She wants to explain her side of the story. So
Okay.
I'd like to put you in a breakout room for a pretrial.
Sure. And the other woman, the property that she wants, that should be pretty quick if you want me to take her first.
I took, she just left. She's
Oh,
gonna
okay.
pay her. I don't know what they had, but Ms. Hillman, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, I can
All
hear
right.
you.
Deborah Davis has joined us. Although we can't see you, we can hear you. I'm going to put you in a separate room where you can discuss this at a pretrial with the prosecutor and explain the circumstances. Your contention is what's in the affidavit is not what really happened. So let me put you in a room with her.
Once you put her in the room, though, she won't be able to get back out. You'll have to close it to get her out.
All right, that's fine. Jeanette, I'll put you in there too. All right, Mr. Rocca failed to appear several times. Last I knew, he was still living on Parkville Road. Let's call him up. Wow. Number only rang twice. All right, bench warrant. $250 cash or surety. And what's up with that? Next show cause is Heather Tritipo, set for 8:15 this morning. She's from Indiana. File number is 201379. She's missed several hearings, failed to appear for a show. How many times she missed? One.
Judge,
Yes?
can you help me put somebody in a breakout room? I'm having trouble, or are you in the middle of something? I don't know why I'm forgetting how to do it.
You can go ahead. right. Anyway, we were doing Heather Tritipo, who's missed several hearings. She lives in Indiana. Don't have a phone number. Let's see if we've got one in the system. Oh, wait a minute. Can't read that. 260-585-588. Numbers in here. Well, she's missed multiple hearings. And her phone number doesn't have enough numbers in it, so failed to appear again unless you benchmark $400. Cash or surety. Or see judge. Well, we didn't do very well on our show causes. We also had several failures to appear on our arraignment docket. Sarah Marie Eichhoff Wells is not here, and Mr. Tyrone Valentine is not here. Let's see if we have a number for Miss Wyckoff Wells.
How long are you giving for no shows, like 15 minutes?
Yes,
Okay.
I've had a bunch. Oh, okay.
We
what
had her
happened-
and have her call back in since she was on the.
She did, she is.
I gotta call back anyway. Okay, good.
Good morning, Miss Hillman.
Hi.
I'm still here, and you guys have had a chance to discuss this. You were with Miss Davis, the Assistant Prosecutor, and Jeanette Jackson from the Public Defender Office. Miss Davis,
sir.
what's the status here?
We're going to set this for a final pretrial on the same date as her co-defendant, if that's possible, which is on April 13th at 1 p.m. And we're going to try to get it resolved on that day. I've got some follow-up that I need to do.
All right.
I did get a new address for her, and I will email it to you along with the phone number.
All right.
I feel like he has my address because I got papers in the mail for this court date. So
Yeah,
Okay, well, just in case, we'll make sure we have the right one.
Let me look at that, because that's a bit of an unusual time, right at 1 o'clock.
He looked at his notice of hearing, I think, is where they got the date and time from. I thought it was unusual as well.
Well, let me look.
that's what he thought it was unusual as well.
Oh, well, maybe I jammed it in there because April 13th is a Tuesday
Oh,
at 1
That's-
o'clock.
maybe we should look that up to be certain, because that doesn't sound right.
Well, let's see here, V13. Who's the co-defendant?
I think it's Tracy Hester.
That's not a correct date. Let me see where it is.
I wonder if it's May 13th.
It could be May 13th.
My on base is being weird. It keeps freezing.
Are you gonna do the Zalud pre-exam?
No, Casey said he's doing that.
Tracy Hester,
He's also on the phone call.
May 13th, last pretrial before jury.
Okay.
Now, just a minute. Oh, of course, it doesn't say what time it is. That doesn't help me.
It is May 13th. He said May 13th at 1.
Yeah, it is May 13th at 1 p.m. So I got just crammed in. All right, we'll set this for last pretrial with co-defendant Tracy Hester.
You will send me papers in the mail for that?
Yes, I will.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Ms. Hillman, let's get some more information, see if we can resolve this. It would be helpful if you figure out how to do video by then, and we'll be able to see you. You'll be able to see
I
me.
will. I can. I didn't have time to put the app back in my phone. I forgot. I'm on my way to work. I was supposed to be there at 8. But I got it. I'll put it back on.
That'll be Thursday, May 13th, I wrote April, it's May 13th.
Okay.
Is that correct, Deborah? It's May 13th?
Yes, that's what you had said. I don't have a notice in his file yet. It must be somewhere in the system.
Let me look at it. It's in the AS400. It may not be an on-base yet. It's done 3/16. Okay, all right, Ms. Hillman, I will see you at 1 o'clock on May 13th.
May 13th. Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Sarah Marie Eichhoff Wells failed to appear on a no ops.
Wasn't
I
that a
tried
reading
to.
check?
Yes,
Okay.
she called to confirm participation. She was very sick. I tried to call her without any luck. I'm gonna do an order to show cause. Debbie, this jams up John Bush, because he's gotta be two places at once, but Zalut is in prison, and the prison's got a very rigid schedule. So Judge Pattison wasn't very happy, but somehow that's where it got set. And so I'll be back with that.
It might have been the one that we had set and then there was a COVID issue and so then he
Yeah, there
couldn't-
was.
Okay.
And then we've got Mr. Barrera Sanchez allegedly at 9:30. I don't know whether he's turned himself in yet.
I'll check WebGen.
All right, yeah, I did it when I first came in. He wasn't in there yet, but I didn't renew it.
Yeah. Did our girl from yesterday go test?
Don't know that either.
When people don't show up after we've got these dates set, who contacts you or are you, because I was told by.
You mean from DRC?
Well, no, this one is, oh God, I can't think of his name. We just sentenced him last week and I think you gave him 30 days and he didn't turn himself in. The guy that was gonna do the taxes for the workers and that's why he wanted to stay out.
Yeah, I think we did someone, the jail gave us notice he didn't appear and I did.
Okay,
I think I did a bench warrant.
okay,
But
I
then
just
I think he got picked up the next day.
oh.
If you
well,
can
that wasn't
remember
worth it.
if you can remember his name, email it to me and because I think we did follow up on it.
Okay, that'll come to me. Maybe at midnight, but it'll.
Yeah, don't call me at midnight.
I will.
All right, well, we'll wait for Barrera Sanchez. You'll be here at 9:30 for that. Johnny Zalud is a pre-exam, and it's from the prison, and that certainly makes things difficult. I had a couple of pre-trials, and I don't know what the status of those are. I haven't heard anything from Mark.
Doesn't look like Barrera Sanchez is in. There is a different Barrera, but not him.
All right, well, we'll see what happens.
Did
All right,
Heather-
I'll see.
Did Heather
What?
did Heather show up while I was with Debbie?
No, I tried to call her. I looked up her number, but she didn't write it down right.
Oh.
She did give contact information, but the phone number only had 6 numbers in it.
Well,
You could just
Right,
keep
the
guessing them, you know.
Yeah, I could go through 12,000 combinations. Yeah, that's the equivalent of that kid knocking on every door in the apartment complex.
Hey man, it's not 4 a.m. right now, so I think we're okay.
Well,
Let me see if I can find a number.
well, I think that wraps it up for this morning, right?
yes, it does. Thank you. Yeah, if you've got a number for her, I'll give it a try. But the number I had, I couldn't discern it from her handwriting.
Okay, well, we shall see you tomorrow.
Good day.
Good seeing you, Jeanette.
Bye-bye.
What were either the first three or the last four digits or whatever you
All right.
had?
Let me go back into it. No, maybe it wasn't her, maybe it was Sarah Eichhoff Wells, but I think it was Treadapole. Let me look here.
I'll send you a
Yes.
number that,
I have 260588, and then the last four numbers are garbled.
well, let me send you one that I have.
Oh, that's on Hillman. Well, that's not even close. Give me 260. All right, well, it won't hurt to try to call it. Won't even be any worse off than we are, except I've got to take that prison call exactly at 9. Oh, we can try it again in a bit.
Not many phones ring busy anymore. That's interesting.
No, so I think.
Maybe it's Mr. Appliance again.
You never know. All right, I'll be back in
All right. I'll
just a short minute here.
wait patiently for you.
Good morning, Mr. Zalud. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Welcome to Centerville by virtue of Zoom. You did live in Three Rivers at one time. You're in the right place. We did have some help from the prison there. Stay right where you are. I'm going to talk to another lady, and
Yes, sir.
you can watch what we're doing here. This is just a minor matter. We're waiting for your lawyer to log in. Prosecutor is here. Good morning. Are you Alicia Friedel?
Yes, I am, Connor.
You got a ticket for failing to report an accident on January 28th. The prosecutor has agreed to dismiss that charge. That's a misdemeanor. It carries, I think, 2 points. It's punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $100 plus costs. They've reduced it to impeding traffic, which is a civil infraction punishable by a fine only. Doesn't carry any points, won't affect your driving privileges. Are you going to plead to that lesser charge of impeding traffic?
Yes, Your Honor.
What happened?
I swerved to miss a deer and I took out someone's mailbox. And their yard light
All right, where was this?
in Poland, Michigan.
All right. I'll dismiss the misdemeanor. Impeding traffic is the one they use when they want to give somebody a break and not affect their driving privileges. Are you still on Osborne Road?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Fine and cost for impede traffic is $100. It's due within 30 days, which would be May 6th. Can you pay that by May 6th?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we'll send you that information to your address. And then the matter's over and done with. It should not affect your driving privileges. It does not carry any points. When you have a civil infraction, you don't plead guilty or not guilty. You simply admit. And you've admitted the civil infraction. The fine's $100. Should not affect your driving privileges. All right, good luck.
Your Honor. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right, Mr. Zalud, we need your lawyer. We've got two prosecutors, and Mr. Bush is in the room next door. I'm going to send him an email. Here he is right now. Very good. Good morning, John.
Hello, Judge.
I understand that you're on a tight schedule, and we appreciate the fact we had to work around the prison schedule here, so let's get right to it. This is file 202861. It's entitled People versus Johnny Lee Zalud. Is that you, sir?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Zalud, the allegation is that on or about November 9th, you did possess the controlled substance methamphetamine. We've been trying to do this case for weeks and months. You got in a COVID shutdown and some other things. This is the time and date for the pre-exam conference in that matter. Mr. Bush, have you had an opportunity to discuss this at all with your client?
I have not, Your Honor. I'll need to go into a breakout room.
All right.
And we thought we would at least accomplish that. If we got Mr. Zalud here, we could use the breakout room and you could talk privately with him. My only regret is that it's happening in the middle of Judge Patterson's pre-exam day, but we'll do the best we can. All right, here we go. All right, I'll see you in a few minutes.
Are you still there, Casey?
Yes, Chair.
Casey, yes, he is, I think.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Do you need him?
No, I think we have it resolved. I didn't know if the right hand knew what the left hand told me yesterday. But
Yeah, I'm up to date on what's going on.
okay. Your Honor, he's going to plead to use and.
No, I saw it, guys.
Okay.
I got a CO coming. I didn't know how to get back in the meeting, so
All right,
bear
we
with me
got you.
1 second. Sorry, ma'am. I didn't know how to get back in the meeting, so I thought we had to push a button, but they didn't. Thanks. Okay.
All right. This is file 202861, People versus Johnny Lee Zalud. Mr. Zalud, you're charged with possession of methamphetamine, which is a felony. Let me get the file up here. And the prosecutor is going to dismiss that for a plea to the misdemeanor charge of use of methamphetamine. Use of methamphetamine is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $2,000. They allege that on November 9th of last year, you got stopped on Fawn River Road and they found a syringe with some residue, and you had your girlfriend, we won't mention her name, and they sent it to the lab and it came back as methamphetamine. Use of methamphetamine, as I said, is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $2,000. I do not believe it any longer requires that your license be suspended. If you plead to that charge, the felony charge will be dismissed. And frankly, I'm going to just run the time concurrently with what you've already done. Other than that, did anyone promise you anything to get you to plead to this charge?
No, sir.
Or threaten you to get you to plead to this charge?
No, sir.
Do you understand that by pleading to this charge, you're giving up your right to have a trial in front of a judge or jury? There will be no trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you had a trial, you'd have the right to be represented by an attorney. Mr. Bush has been appointed to represent you. You could also hire an attorney of your own choosing if you wished. If you had a trial, you'd have a right to have any of the witnesses for or against you subpoenaed to come to court so they could be questioned under oath, and you would have the right to be presumed innocent if and until the state was able to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. Did you understand all that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, on that day, November 9th, did you use or possess some methamphetamine?
Yes, sir.
Had you been needle using it?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, you seem quite together this morning, polite, respectful, on top of it. How long you been incarcerated?
I turned myself in January 28th, sir.
All right, January 28th to now is 3 days in January, 28 days in February, 31 days in March, 6 days in April. $67 days, I think. 67 days. Mr. Johnson, do you have any further input on this?
No, Your Honor. I think that, I mean, this was obviously, I think, an exceedingly fair deal for the defendant. This was a drug double fourth habitual, but our office is also aware he's got some parole violation issues, and so this deal is reflective of the fact that he's got some other things to deal with, and so that's all I would have in terms of.
Mr. Zulu, do you have an out date?
January 23rd of 2023.
I'm sorry to hear that. All right, I'm going to give you 67 days credit, 67 days. Waive your fines and costs concurrent with your Department of Corrections sentence for your parole violation. The good news is this matter is over and done with. The bad news is you now have another misdemeanor use of methamphetamine conviction on your record, but it's concurrent with what you've already done. I've waived the fine and costs. This matter is completed, Mr. Zalud. Best of luck.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Good luck, Mr. Lou. Take advantage of the program so you can stay away from those.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys very much.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
All right. Thank you. John, I know you got to get back to the other side. We don't know if Mr. Barrera Sanchez has turned himself in yet or not. But I know Judge Patterson's waiting for you, so you can log out, and I'll send you an email when, if the other guy is there.
Would you make sure you send it to John Bush at bushandbush.com?
Yeah, isn't that where I sent the last one?
Well, sometimes you send them to my secretary, Jackie, at info@bushandbush.com. I'm not sure, but
I'll send it direct to you.
But Jackie's on vacation today, so if you send it directly to me, that would work better.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Casey, that was a good case to get resolved, and we managed to do it after about 5 attempts with the prison. So he's done. I'm sorry we jammed up Judge Patterson. The other problem we've got is Vivian is needed on both sides also, the interpreter.
Well, Judge, I'm going to follow John into Judge Patterson's courtroom. So
All right, thank you very much.
See if I can call corrections and see if he just hasn't made it onto WebGem yet.
See.
Sheriff's Office, Deputy Howe.
Good morning, Deputy Howe. This is Judge Middleton calling.
Hi, sir.
Good morning. Debbie Davis wants to know whether Misael Barrera Sanchez has turned himself in yet.
He is actually being booked as we speak. Do you want him right now?
No, about 9:30 would be just fine.
Alrighty.
All right, thank you very much.
Not a problem,
All right,
sir.
bye.
Bye.
All right, he did do what he was supposed to do.
Except now we need John back.
Well, I told him 9:30.
Okay, that should be good.
They're
All right,
So I'll see you at 9:30.
no problem. I'll just kind of shut my stuff off and be here.
All
when we're
right,
ready.
we could try Miss Tritipo again. Let's see whether we hit the jackpot. I don't think that number's valid.
Must not be.
I'll just do a bench warrant. Rob can't complain too much. That whole Zalud thing probably took 8 minutes, 6 minutes, so that was good. All right, I got my next case. I dropped about 5,000 paper clips on the floor. I'm gonna stop the recording while we wait. The live stream is still on.
Like the office version of 52 card pickup?
100 pickup. All right, we're not in too bad a shape. Let me get rid of the files I got here, and we'll be ready on Mr. Sanchez Barrera. Here's an email from John. All right. All right, we're getting ready for our 9:30 sentence. We'll need a translator and the lawyer who has to be two places at once. Good morning, Mr. Barrera Sanchez. Buenos dias.
Good morning.
We're going to wait for Vivian, the translator, to help us.
Thank you.
She should be here in just a moment, so I'm going to put you in the waiting room, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
You can go We are in full hurry up and wait mode. We're supposed to do this at 9:30. It was a delicate schedule to fit in the interpreter's time and Mr. Bush's time. Well, we're on a tight schedule. I'd really like to get this started. I haven't forgotten you, Mr. Pereira Sanchez. I'm still waiting for the translator and the defense attorney. I've got the prosecutor. I'll have the probation agent. Debbie, can you tell whether Vivian is in the other courtroom?
I can go check. Give me a second.
Oh, yeah, I forgot you can't see from there. We scheduled this time with her yesterday.
She's on the record with Pattison right now. I think
All
she
right.
had said she had a 2-hour hearing starting at 10.
She did. And she didn't tell me she had anything with Judge Pattison, or I probably wouldn't have said it for this morning. But we're waiting for the interpreter, sir, so just keep waiting and I'll bring you back in a minute. All right, thanks for checking.
Sure.
I'm sitting here thinking
I'm
about...
contemplating the meaning of life again.
Yes,
You should have it figured out by now.
No, I should. I've been working on it for a long time, but I haven't quite mastered it. All right, I'll let you know when somebody shows up. I can't have John without Vivian, and apparently Vivian and John are both in the other courtroom, so.
Yes, they're actually, they were the two ones on the screen that I saw when I peeked out there, so.
All right.
It looks like there's only one defendant for PECs that needed a translator, so fingers crossed that they're getting it done.
No driving unless licensed.
Okay. Do you want to use language line instead or something, or?
Well, it doesn't
mean
matter
John?
because I can't do it without John. Sorry about that.
I just don't know if Vivian has to go to another court at 10.
Well, let's see how quickly we can do this. I had asked Vilma whether she would be willing to do this for us. And, as you know, she wanted to finish her certification, but she helped us so many times.
Vivian is with Judge Pattison and she's trying to wrap it up.
Yes, we figured that out. Thank you. Thanks. All right, they're wrapping it up according to that update. That's what I did on Easter.
Did you hide all the eggs?
No, Lucas did. That was at his house.
That's
They went swimming.
Huh? How?
Yeah, well, I sat on the shore. Lucas stayed in the water for 20 minutes.
Oh my God, that
Lillian got in and waited around. But yeah, that's what he did when he was a kid. I guess it's good for the information to get, sit in the water up here for a while.
she's so big now, growing up.
I think they're almost done. We're cutting it close. Do you have the other file in front of you, with you also, the MDOP?
I do. I was watching the video on it just to make sure that I knew what I was doing.
All right, I'm gonna arraign him on that and see what he wants to do, and then we'll sentence him on the, I'm gonna arraign him, and then we'll go back to the sentence on the other case.
Okay, I'm gonna go peek in at the other and see if they're about done.
All right, thanks.
Judge Pattison is just talking. He's not doing a case. So I bet if you call Vivian and John.
No, I think they know. I'll email John right now.
Okay. 'Cause Dave is in there with Judge. So I think maybe they're just chatting.
In a breakout room? I don't have Vivian.
Oh, he could be in a breakout room. Let me go check with Dave.
All right. Good morning, Vivian.
Good morning. Sorry I was running late. I was in Judge Pattison's.
We understand. You're on a very tight schedule. We also understand that you have another place to be. We're going to do an arraignment in the matter of People versus Michelle Barrera Sanchez.
Vamos a hacer una lectura formal de cargos en el caso de Misael Barrera Sánchez.
Senor Barrera Sanchez, you met Vivian, our interpreter, yesterday.
Señor Barrera Sánchez, usted conoció a la señora Vivian, nuestra intérprete, el día de ayer.
She's going to help us again today.
Nos va a ayudar nuevamente el día de hoy.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you so much.
Ms. Montero, would you state your name for the record, please?
Vivian Montero, Court Interpreter 18369.
Would you raise your right hand, please? You swear or affirm any testimony you're about to give in this matter will be true to the best of your knowledge and belief?
I do.
Mr. Barrera Sanchez, I think you've got pretty good English.
Señor Barrera Sánchez, creo que usted entiende bastante el inglés.
But this is important business. This is important business,
Pero eso es un asunto muy importante
and I want to make sure that you understand everything.
y quiero asegurar que entiende todo.
So I don't want to insult you,
No quiero insultarle,
but I asked Vivian to help us once again.
pero le pedí a Vivian que nos ayudara nuevamente.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you so much.
You did what I asked you to do, which was turn yourself in at the jail this morning.
Usted hizo lo que yo le pedí, que fuera a entregarse en la cárcel esta mañana.
There was an open warrant for your arrest in this case.
Había una orden judicial de detención abierto en este caso.
In this matter, it is alleged that on or about October 10th,
En este caso se alega que en la fecha de o cerca de la fecha de 10 de octubre,
at the Sturgis Police Department,
al departamento de policía de Sturgis,
that you damaged some property at the police department
que usted hizo daño, dejó daños en el departamento de policía
by bashing your head into the drywall and breaking the wall.
al golpear su cabeza a la pared de Chiroc o drywall y usted partió la pared.
This was the same night you got arrested for the drinking driving charge.
Eso fue la misma noche que le arrestaron por conducir en estado de ebriedad.
The prosecutor took a few weeks
El fiscal tomó unas semanas
to actually issue the complaint in this case,
para emitir la querella en este caso.
so it didn't match up with your drunk driving case.
Así que no se emparejaba con el caso de conducir en estado de ebriedad.
This charge is a misdemeanor,
El cargo es delito menor.
it is punishable by up to a year in jail
Lleva una penalidad máxima hasta 1 año de cárcel
and a fine of up to $1,000.
y una multa hasta $1,000.
How do you plead to that charge?
¿Cómo se declara usted a ese cargo?
Pues, una posibilidad, ¿podría pagar yo ese cargo?
Could I pay that charge off if I have the possibility of doing so?
Well, Ms. Davis, is there any plea offer in this case?
Licenciada Davis, ¿hay alguna oferta en este caso?
No, there's not, Your Honor. The restitution is approximately $550. That was the estimate. They have not been able to get it fixed last I knew. So they were waiting for the contractor to do it. So I would like to
I
reserve.
didn't know if you reduce it to MDOP under 200?
I mean, it does. I guess if he wants to plead today, I can reduce it to an MDOP under 200. But it's still going to be full restitution.
All right. Vivian, let me explain. You're
Thank you.
charged with malicious destruction of property over $200.
Señor, el cargo que usted enfrenta es destrucción maliciosa o dolosa de propiedad o bienes por encima de $200.
The prosecutor has offered to dismiss that charge
El fiscal está dispuesto a desestimar ese cargo
for a charge to malicious destruction of property under $200.
para el caso de destrucción maliciosa o dolosa a unos bienes menos de $200, o sea, cargo reducido.
That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500.
Es un delito menor que conlleva una penalidad máxima hasta 93 días de cárcel y una multa hasta $500.
The probation officer, Mr. Huff, recommended that I put you on a 6-month probation.
El oficial de libertad condicional, el señor Huff, ha recomendado que le coloco en libertad condicional un plazo de 6 meses.
If you plead to this charge,
Si usted da su declaración a este cargo,
I'm going to make it part of the same probation,
va a formar parte de del mismo término de libertad condicional,
in order that you pay restitution for the drywall damage as part of your probation.
y ordenar que usted pague los daños al drywall o al chiroc como parte
Sí,
de
sí.
los términos y condiciones de la libertad condicional.
Sí, está bien, yo pagaré eso.
That's fine, I will pay that.
All right, are you going to plead to that misdemeanor charge?
Entonces va a declararse culpable a ese cargo de delito menor.
Sí.
Yes.
Other than what I told you here, did anyone threaten you to get you to plead to that charge?
Fuera de lo conversado aquí hoy día, ¿alguien le ha amenazado para que se declara culpable de ese cargo?
No, nadie me ha amenazado.
No, no one has threatened me.
Or promised you?
¿O le ha prometido algo?
No.
Do you
No.
understand that if you plead to this charge, you will be giving up the right to have a trial on that charge?
Usted entiende que si se declara culpable sobre este cargo, va a renunciar su derecho a llevar el caso a juicio.
Sí,
There will be
si
no
me declaro,
trial.
Yes, I declare.
si me declaro culpable, voy a tener que pagar con cárcel o con dinero.
So, if I declare myself guilty, will I be subject to jail or can I just pay with money?
Well, you're going to pay with money,
Tiene que pagar con dinero,
but it
Ok,
will
es que lo que
put a conviction on your record.
pero pondremos una condición en su registro.
Okay.
All right.
All right. If you had a trial, I could appoint an attorney for you. Mr. Bush is here, your attorney in the other case.
Si usted desea llevar el caso a juicio, yo le puedo asignar un abogado. El licenciado Bush está aquí sobre el otro caso de usted.
If you had a trial, you would have the right to take the witness stand and testify on your own behalf.
Si usted desea llevar el caso a juicio, usted puede ser testigo y dar testimonio, puede hablar por sí mismo,
But you don't have to.
pero no tiene que hacerlo.
And if you did not wish to, the judge or jury cannot hold that silence against you.
Y si no desea hacerlo, el juez o el jurado no puede utilizar su silencio en su contra.
You'd have a right to have any of the witnesses for or against you
Tendría el derecho a que cualquier testigo a su favor o a su contra
subpoenaed to come to court so they could be questioned under oath.
pueden ser ordenados de comparecer en la corte para que le podemos hacer preguntas bajo juramento.
And you have the right to be presumed innocent.
Y tiene derecho a la presunción de inocencia.
Now, Senor Barrera Sanchez, every time I've talked to you,
Señor Barrera Sánchez, cada vez que yo he hablado con usted,
you've been very polite and respectful.
ha sido muy cortés y muy respetuoso.
Gracias.
Mm.
You must have been very drunk this night.
Tenía que haber estado sumamente ebrio esa noche.
Did you bash your head into the wall at the Sturgis Police Department and break the wall?
Usted golpeó su cabeza contra la pared en el departamento de policía de Sturgis y partió la pared.
Sí, me descontrolé, la verdad.
Yes, I lost control, the truth being.
Y solo empecé a golpear para atrás con mi cabeza.
The interpreter didn't catch that. ¿Perdón?
Solo estaba sentado y solo empecé a golpearla para atrás con mi cabeza.
I was sitting down and I just started throwing my head back and hitting it with my head.
Well, I'm glad you didn't hurt yourself.
Me alegro mucho que usted no se lastimó a sí mismo.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to give, now, it was important that you turned yourself in at the jail.
Era importante que usted se entregara en la cárcel.
Because this takes care of that open warrant that was out for your arrest.
Porque eso resuelva la orden judicial de arresto pendiente para su arresto.
Okay.
I'm going to give you 2 days in jail, one for that night and one for this morning. Credit 2 days.
Le voy a dar 2 días de cárcel. Voy a acreditar la una que ya pasó.
Concurrent with the OUIL in the drinking driving case.
Y al mismo tiempo el otro caso de manejar en estado de ebriedad.
Concurrent with the OUIL in the other file.
Concurrente con el otro caso.
Tengo una pregunta.
I have a question.
Yes.
Adelante.
Como ese día de cárcel no me lo pudieran dar como un viernes en la tarde o un fin de semana para yo no poder perder mi trabajo.
So the day of jail that's being held over my head, could I do that on a Friday, like a Friday afternoon, so I don't lose my job?
You're doing it right now.
Lo está haciendo ahora mismo.
Okay.
You're going to get out of jail before lunch.
Va a salir de la cárcel antes del almuerzo.
Okay.
All right, that takes care of the malicious destruction charge I gave you.
You're under the restitution on that one?
Yes.
Did you add that?
Well, I'm going to put it on the drinking driving case.
Okay.
Restitution in the other file, 202298.
The question from the defendant is, jail today?
You're going to get out of jail today in just a little while.
Va a salir de la cárcel hoy en un ratito.
Está bien.
That's fine.
All right, Mr. Bush is here, and we're ready to finish the sentence that we started yesterday on your drunk driving charge.
El licenciado Bush está aquí y estamos listos a finalizar el otro caso que empezamos al día de ayer.
But I didn't want to do that sentence while this open warrant was out for your arrest.
Pero no quería imponer la condena mientras teníamos una orden judicial de arresto pendiente.
Está bien.
That's fine.
Entiendo.
I understand.
All right, Matt Huff, the probation agent,
El señor Matt Huff, el oficial de libertad condicional,
recommended that I put you on a probation.
recomendó que yo le colocara en libertad condicional.
So I'm going to do that. I'm going to put you on probation for 12 months.
Voy a hacer eso, le voy a colocar en libertad condicional por un plazo de 12 meses.
You may be discharged at the end of 6 months if you do a good job.
Le pueden dar de alta a los 6 meses si hace un buen trabajo.
Eso es lo que haré.
That's what I hope to do.
All right, I'm putting you on probation for 12 months, 6 days jail credit 2, leaving 4 days to serve, concurrent with the other case.
Entonces, está sujeto a 6 días de cárcel. Va a recibir, acreditar 2 días. Queda 4 días pendientes en el otro caso.
Okay.
Right.
There is a $300 fine,
Hay una multa de $300,
$75 crime victims' rights fee,
$75 para los derechos de víctimas de delitos,
a $50 state minimum fee,
una cuota de $50 estatales,
a $100 screening fee,
$100 para la entrevista inicial,
$150 attorney fee,
$150 por el abogado asignado.
I don't believe there was a police reimbursement. How much is the restitution, Debbie?
They requested $120 for the OUIL reimbursement. Yes. And then after reviewing the video and speaking with the chief over in Sturgis, I'm requesting $20 additional for the language line use with him during this debacle. He was pretty abusive to the translator.
I don't think we're allowed to request that, but
Okay.
How about the damage to the drywall?
The damage to the drywall, the estimate was $550, but I'd like to reserve for any further once they do the work. They've been waiting on the contractor to get it done. I'm not sure when the last time the booking room was painted and if they're going to be able to patch it. It's literally right in the middle of the wall.
All right. Well, that was a lot. He didn't get all that. Vivian, would you translate that the restitution will be at least $550?
La restitución será por lo menos $550.
Going to add all this up.
Voy a sumar todas las cifras.
300 plus 125 plus 100 plus 150 plus 480 plus 120 restitution plus 550 equals 1825, $1,825.
El total es $1,825.
If you complete the probation early, we could, it would save $240.
Si usted logra completar de antemano o más pronto la libertad condicional, va a ahorrar $240.
Okay.
All right.
You're not to drink any alcohol or use any drugs.
No puede consumir alcohol. No puede consumir drogas.
You're to take a test upon demand of your probation officer.
Tiene que someterse a pruebas al azar, según el oficial de libertad condicional.
Okay.
All right.
Your Honor, is he able to schedule those other 4 days on weekends?
He asked that they be deferred.
Okay.
I haven't point yet. 6 days credit, 2 of the 6 days, 4 are deferred to hang over his head. Go ahead, Vivian. The other 4 days are deferred.
Entonces, la condena va a tener 6 días de cárcel. Vamos a acreditar 2 días de cárcel. 4 días van a ser pendientes o deferidos.
Con esos 4 días que me quedan de cárcel, no podría hacerlos un fin de semana. Es que la verdad no quiero perder mi trabajo porque apenas voy a empezar y pues, tengo que ayudarle a mis papás también.
So the thing is, those 4 deferred days, if I have to do them, can they be done on the weekend? Because I can't lose my job. I must support my parents as well.
Yes.
Que sí.
Okay.
Now, if you do what I ask you to do, you won't have to do any additional jail.
Si usted hace todo lo que yo le pida, no tiene que pasar esos días de cárcel.
But if you keep doing dumb stuff,
pero si sigue haciendo cosas tontas,
you'll go to jail.
Va a ir a la cárcel.
So don't plan in advance on violating your probation.
En adelantado, tiene que planear no cometer ninguna infracción en los términos y condiciones de la libertad condicional.
I want you to do what I'm ordering so you won't have to go back to jail.
Quiero que haga lo que yo estoy ordenando para que no tenga que regresar a la cárcel.
Así será.
That's the way, yes.
If you go back to jail, it'll be your fault, not mine.
Si usted regresa a la cárcel, usted tendrá la culpa, no yo.
Está bien, lo entiendo. Muchas gracias.
That's fine. I understand. Thank you so much.
All right, this takes care of that open warrant that was out for your arrest.
Eso resuelva la orden judicial de arresto.
They will finish the booking process and then you can be released.
Ellos van a terminar el ficheo y luego le van a liberar.
Okay,
then your probation officer, Matt, will get a hold of you.
Y el oficial de libertad condicional, Matt, se va a comunicar con usted.
Está bien.
That's fine.
All right, you're free to go. Vivian, I made you late for your other proceeding. Thank you, John.
No problem. Thank you. Have a good day.
All right, thank you. All right, Debbie, that finishes everything we had for the morning. We did take care of 2 pieces of work there. I put the minimum restitution as $550. If it's more, we can ask for all of it. He's working, he should be able to pay it.
Right. I asked the chief to get it repaired in the next 3 months so that we can.
Yeah, good luck finding a contractor to come in and do a little bit of drywall repair. It makes a big mess too.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. I'm done, so thanks. All right, that took longer than we had hoped, but we did accomplish quite a bit. I'm gonna end the live stream right now. We may be back in a bit for some Polycom bench warrant